During these trying times, in this house at least, we are using streaming services. And one of those is Disney Plus, but you knew that because of the title. And as of this recording, well, I am a day late, but Onward came out on Disney Plus yesterday. Today is Saturday, so you can probably tell what the date is. Yes, Onward came out on Disney Plus here in the UK, and that is what us in this household have decided to watch. Onward is directed by Dan Scallion and stars Tom Holland and Chris Pratt as Ian and Barley Lightfoot, two elves in a mystical world where unicorns exist and mermaids are around and all of these mythical creatures are around, but the magic surrounding them has all died until Ian, played by Tom Holland, wants to reconnect with his father and finds a way of doing so because Ian and Barley's mother, played by Julia Louis-Dreyfus, says you two can have this thing when you both turn 16. It's a staff that apparently will give Ian and Barley the ability to see their father for 24 hours for one last time. This giving Ian the opportunity to do what he'd never done before and see his father, just to tell him about his life.
Oh, sounds sweet, doesn't it?
Typical Disney, and it made my spine go all fluttery just saying the synopsis. Fuck me, synopsis. It's hurt my brain. Now, in the US at least, this movie came out March 6th. Now, I didn't go to the cinema to go and see Onward because in March there was a little thing called coronavirus, and it's, you know, the pandemic just kind of started to start killing everyone, so wasn't really planning on going out anywhere. So I had to wait until it came out. I've had Disney Plus for a while and it keeps telling you, Onward, see it soon, blah de blah. So yeah, we thought we'd wait for that. And because I think it only really had its main run in the US, I did a quick Google and it's made around 138 million, which isn't a lot really. In terms of Disney, that's like lowbrow. I think that is just in the US. I don't know what the worldwide is. I'll probably put it on the screen if I do Google it again. It was a quick look while I was writing, if I'm completely honest with you. So around 138 million isn't great for Disney because they're looking at $1 billion every movie at the moment. But I'd say during these trying times, that's not that bad. And, you know, Tenet's doing quite well, so they're not looking at huge numbers is my entire point. Now, as I was saying, not exactly the best time to release a movie, but they haven't been stupid with it. They've put it onto Disney Plus nice and quick. You've only learnt the same problem with Mulan, huh?
Oh shit! Oh shit!
I was pretty excited to see this movie. It's been on the radar for quite a while with Disney Pixar fans like everybody else. And I'm a huge fan of Tom Holland and Chris Pratt. Everybody knows if you've watched me for a while. I like the Marvel. I like the merchandise.
You like the merchandise, huh?
So as far as I was concerned, I just couldn't lose. Now the main reason we're all here, the main reason you clicked on this video, and the main reason I'm wearing this stupid t-shirt again, is to know if Onward was any good. Well, kind of. While this movie by the end, the message it conveyed to me was beautiful, and like all Disney Pixar movies, it had fun, adventure, it was inventive, it was sublime in the way it looked, the inventiveness of the world, of the characters, of everyone's individual look and the voices and the characterization, all really good. But the movie does suffer in ways I just couldn't, you know, I do my normal thing, I watch the film, I don't just sit on my laptop and write it, I kind of have a night to sleep on it, wake up the next day, I'm still thinking about it, and there's just some things I just can't, not that I can't let slide, that I can't sort of get out of my head that I thought I have to mention. One of these issues for me, I think, is the first act. I really do think this movie takes quite a while to kind of get the ball rolling. Nothing really happens for me personally until Ian starts to use a little bit of magic. That's when all the characters kind of brighten up. That's when Chris Pratt especially starts to brighten up. He's kind of bright from the get-go, kind of annoying. Then he starts to roll on in. I do think that first act takes a little bit too long to sort of get your juices flowing, because you're just sort of wandering around doing regular things. Now, I understand that's to set that this fantasy world is like the world we live in, so it's supposed to be kind of set in some sort of normality, but it's supposed to be Pixar, and it's kind of, you know, you're kind of like, come on, come on. Now, as I said before, that's nothing to do with the casting, the first act, shall we say, because Tom Holland is really good as the angsty teenager trying to fit in with his friends, but his brother's embarrassing, and his family are really embarrassing, and his stepfather's being kind of off to his brother, and he's upsetting people and all sorts of things. But let's be honest, Tom Holland's been making a small fortune out of that for the last 4 or 5 years with Marvel. He's kind of not out of his wheel zone with that. I'm not comparing him to Spider-Man, of course, but I would say that that's Tom Holland's role at the moment. I've not seen his new Netflix movie. I will be seeing it, don't worry, I've heard mixed things. But for what we all know him as, I'm going to say that in parentheses and loud as I can for the Robert Pattinson fans that butchered me down on my Batman trailer reaction. He's known for doing this, and that is what he's doing, a kind of Spider-Man teen angst thing. And I do think Chris Pratt is good as Barley, but there's one little thing. It seemed to me he was doing Jack Black in School of Rock. He seemed to be doing a character that isn't Chris Pratt, it's Jack Black. You get what I mean? He's trying to be another actor, I think. I know the character is what he is, but I just kept hearing Jack Black's voice, not Chris Pratt's. I know Chris Pratt is good at being a goofball. He played it for 7 years in Parks and Rec. But it just seemed to me he's still good, slightly miscast. I also think in terms of an actual story, I think they went with the wrong person. I do think that Barley, especially towards the end of the movie, gets the huge chunk of the story. So as far as I'm concerned, I think they should have switched the roles. Not made Ian more sort of, strong and whatever. Barley had the meat of the story, I think, if they'd stuck with him more. But they went with the smaller, puny guy, I think, to be the underdog. But I think it's not a confidence thing, it's fucking Disney. But I think Barley, for me, would have been a more compelling character, because he's so caught up in this fucking falling in love with his minivan that I don't really get him until right at the end. It was actually quite upsetting that his end of the story, you're actually sitting there kind of welling up. It's beautiful what they do with him, but it's not until the last 15, 20 minutes, which is, I really do think they should have gone with Barley on this one. Now, none of what I just said means that this is a bad film, because it's not. It's fun, it's entertaining. The animation, just like when I did my Frozen 2 review a few months ago, it's gorgeous. I could show you moving stuff, or I could show you pictures, and it looks like a fucking artist has done it, like painting, because they're all artists, they're all geniuses at what they do, but it looks absolutely stunning, and I cannot take away from that. Also, the supporting cast is fantastic. Octavia Spencer as a weird sword-wielding lion, scorpion, dragon hybrid thing was amazing. I've seen this Oscar-nominated actress really letting her hair down, and it's hilarious. Julia Louis-Dreyfus as a really loving, caring mum is fantastic. They lose themselves in their characters. I fell in love with all of the characters. They're all very, very well written. Also, having a magical, mystical land, they do explain at the start, put into a modern day setting, is just Dan Scanlon and all of the people at Disney really working together and making that a fantastic, inspiring, it's an inspired idea to do that. I think it's absolutely brilliant. What if there was mythical creatures and we all just kind of went with the times, and the times moved on from, that's a great idea. If you want another fun movie by Pixar that will tug at your heartstrings, and it's not a bad thing for adults and kids to watch, either together or with your partner or your wife or your whatever, you don't have to it's not just kids. They've made it for everyone yet again. They've hit the nail on the head. I've got some gripes with it, but it's still a fantastic little movie. It's really great and fun, and the cast is brilliant. I mean, it's Disney. They've done well with an animation. I'm hoping that Soul, when it comes out, will be as fun or as good. Really, it's just another great little movie. He's just slightly unfortunate with some mischaracterization, wrong people in the wrong place. That it does get a bit of a grind for me personally, but it's, as I say, it's still great. Just go and watch it. Disney Plus right now. Guys, I'll give Onward a quick little score here. I am going to give Disney's Onward a 6.5 out of 10. So there you have it, guys. There's my review of the movie Onward. If you have seen it, if you've got Disney Plus like us sad weirdos, then please let me know what you think of the movie in the comments down below. Do you agree with what I am saying about the movie? Please let me know. I'm always answering people in the comments. I'd love to have a chat about it. Guys, until next time, please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, tell your friends. I'm still around. I'm uploading a little bit more now. And good news, we are still only 1.86, I think, million subscribers behind Chris Stuckman. Let's see if we can change that, shall we? Let's try and creep up to him. I'm just thinking optimistically here, but let's try anyway. Guys, until next time, this is your friendly neighbourhood ginger guy saying, Ginge out.